means that some things are sacrificed, but I think ultimately it's worth it because what we're trying to do is build leaders for tomorrow. So that's the biggest thing that we want to be able to do within the athletics department.
One last question. You just had your second kid. Is it comparable to fatherhood?
It's definitely comparable to fatherhood. I feel like I have 12 daughters. Yeah. So we have the girls over and we do team bonding. So we're really excited about that, and we feel like that allows us to be able to strengthen the unity within our team. Thank you for coming.
Thank you very much, Coach Rome, for the update. As he mentioned, we do have our first game this weekend in Austin versus Houston Tillotson, and then our first home game a week from today against Loyola. So make sure to come out, see the Lady Blue Devils. And we have one last update. Men's basketball, our new coach, new head coach, Mike Newell. So without further ado.
You know, you throw that party and certain people show up at that, but then when that one guest walk in, you know it's a successful party. Daryl, I want to welcome you today. That means a lot to us that you show up. Very special. And this is going to be a weekly thing, and there'll be a lot more people here each time as it grows. So you're welcome every time.
I didn't know this was going to take place. I just know I need to talk to Coach and you.
Well, hey, now you're here.
Now well.
Now, hey, now you can start coming. Take this side of me. I look thinner. I'm just teasing. But anyway, yeah, we're looking forward to it and of the upcoming season. It's hard to believe that being here 5 months, and I really enjoy these types of settings from the standpoint of going in and accepting challenges such as the one that we face. They've had 10 years of losing basketball here, and we look forward to getting that changed as quick as possible. We think that we've got a good group put together in a short amount of time that we had. We also think that we know that the schedule's tough. I think 3 out of our first 6 games are against top 5 teams in the country, LSU Alexandria and William Carey out of Mississippi. But I know our kids are up to that challenge. We have a high energy bunch. They've got great rapport together, great chemistry. I enjoy that. Great work ethic, which is always important. And anytime you start the rebuilding process. And as we go through this, actually we've got, I'll tell one story. We've got everything in now, other than electing the captains, and I'll save that story for a second. But I do want to say, I don't know, Daryl, back October 8th, we had a blue and white game. We invited our president, Dr. Kimbrough, to coach one team, and our AD, Dr. Barnes, to coach the other team. And a lot of chit-chat back and forth, obviously. But the score ended 92-90. And Dr. Barnes' team was ahead by about 6 or 7 points with about 2 minutes to go. And I'm sitting right by her bench. And their other team starting to press. Now, to show you how competitive she is. All right, now this is just going back and forth, all right? And she had plays, and Dr. Kimbrough had plays. So they turn it over once or twice. She come running over to me, "Don't you have a damn press attack yet?" I look at her like, "Are you crazy?" So I said, "No, we haven't put that in yet." So that's how competitive she is. But we do have a press attack in now, and that doesn't always mean that you're going to beat the press. But as I said, the last thing we got to do is elect captains. And I started doing this. Captains used to really, really be important until I found out about 14 years ago when I started the leadership committee. And that is by far the most important thing. But we will elect captains today. And the reason I think about that is because when I was an assistant at the University of Oklahoma, we were getting ready to play Syracuse University on national TV at Syracuse. So anyway, we fly in there the day before in the afternoon, and we're there at the Hilton, and a lot of alumni are there around, and we're sitting down, and he said, "We got to go to practice." I said, "All right." So Coach Toes said, "Coach in." So we go to practice, and Billy Packer's there, and Jim Nance, and all those folks, and we get through with practice, and we never had curfew. Tubbs is one of these guys that sort of a lot of coaches like that now. You don't make a lot of rules, then you don't catch anybody breaking any. But anyway, after practice, Tubbs mentioned to me, he says, Coach, you think we need to have curfew tonight? Sort of caught me off guard. Yeah, I guess, you're the head coach. So we get back that evening after dinner and sent the kids up to the rooms, and we're sitting down there with the alumni having a Coca-Cola, and so he said, it's time to go check. So at that time we had Wayne Tisdale, who was on the Olympic team with Ewing and Jordan and all. At that point was the best Olympic team ever. And so we head up, and he says, you check that side, I'll check this side. I said, all right. So at the far end of the hotel, we see this big looming presence coming out of a room that was not his, and Wayne and Tisdale. And so he went running to his room, and he was on Coach Tubbs' side. And I'm looking at Tubbs looking at me and said, I'll handle this. Now you got to bear in mind, I grew up in a town of 500 people. I've already called all 500 people saying, tomorrow on national TV, when I grab my right ear, I'm saying hi to everybody. All right? So I'm thinking, oh Lord, what's going to happen? Wayne's broke curfew. Tubbs something's going to happen. He's our captain. So I do my checking. Tubbs goes down, does his checking. So I go back down to the lobby, and 20, 30 minutes later, here comes Billy. So I said, how'd it go? He said, well, he said, we had a good talk. And I said, punishment? He said, hell yeah, I punished him. I'm thinking to myself, oh Lord, here we go, we're going to get beat on match two. I said, what are you going to do? He says, I told him that, hey, his punishment was going to be that you're going to start the game, but you're not going to be captain. So, so that's how I learned about that captain. It is important, I think, but sometimes it's not quite as important. And we won the ball game. We beat Syracuse on national TV. But anyway, as I said, we're looking forward to it. I'm just looking forward to this whole process. I've worked for a lot of people, and I don't say this because she's here. All right, but I've had an opportunity to work with a lot of people, good ones and bad ones. And I'm telling you, the best ones, you're only as good as a coach as your administration. I'm just telling you that right now. And I've been fortunate that all the places I've been successful, we've had great administration. The one place that I've not been successful, we had a terrible administration. And and it just doesn't work. And here, what excites me the most is the fact that they want to win. They've had a great tradition in the past. They want to get it back. And Dr. Barnes she and I go way back, and it's a great opportunity, and I'm really, really looking forward to I like to win, and I'm looking forward to building a winning program. And I think this group that we've got is going to be able to do it. Now, how much? I have no idea, because this is my first year in NAIA. I compare our guys to some of the better Division II teams that I've had. If we were Division II, we'd probably be about a 500 team. But I don't know. As I said, we're still early. Until you get into the games where you get under pressure and things of that nature, you find out who can and who can't, then you don't really know. And that opens up for us, along with the women, this Friday. And which is, I know Coach Rome and Coach Martin's looking forward to it. And as I am too, and my assistant coach, their coach Newton, Edward Newton, right? But I think that as I said, this group is ready, and I haven't seen any other teams, but I wouldn't trade this group I've got for any other group in the conference. And we don't have any seniors, so everything's on the upswing. And I think that I do know this, so we need to get 3 more good players. We need one more inside kid. We need another point guard. We need a perimeter kid who can really play. I'm talking about play. And and we'll get that done. At this time, I'd like to open it up to questions. If anyone has any questions, feel free. If not, then that's pretty simple. All right. We'll see you next Monday there. Lunch is on me. All right.
Oh, there's a question.
Oh, you got a question?
We got a question.
Oh, I'm sorry.
After that.
Okay.
I saw one in the back.
Yes.
You said you compare yourself to Division II teams. Do you compare yourself to like HBCUs as Southern and Grambling?
Well, I haven't seen. We're going to play Southern this year, so we'll be able to find that out real quick. I would say I hadn't seen Grambling, but they won less games than we won last year. So I would say that we probably a hell of a game between us. But we'll just have to wait and see. But definitely Southern. We play them November the 23rd, and at Southern. So and I know young men that are Division II NAI level, they look forward to playing the D1s, and so have that little chip on their shoulder. All the kids at D2 or NAI think they should have been D1. They're not for whatever reason. Generally, it's because they're not talented enough. And but I'm looking forward to finding out what makes this NAI work and what you've got to have to win, because the national championships this year is in Kansas City, which it is every year, but it's March 16th through the 22nd. And our goal right now, if you ask our kids' goal, we plan on being there. And so that's what we're looking for. That's our goal. Yes, sir.
So, when you have a team that hasn't won in a number of years, what do you tell prospective students about coming out? How do you convince them to do it?
Well, first of all, I think you got to stress the importance of education. A degree from here is quality. I mean, you're going to be able to go out there in that job market when you get finished, and you're going to be able to make a living for your family. That's first. Second thing is New Orleans. You got a city, and then not only that, but in a city, when you get a degree from here, with all the alumni we have, and the great thing, we have alumni in all the major metropolitan areas. So that's going to be beneficial, and goes back to the education thing. But just being able to be here in New Orleans. Next thing, 19-1. Women to men, that doesn't hurt you. Y'all laugh, but hey, you got to take advantage of what you got going. But to answer your questions, kids nowadays, Mark, they want to play. They want a chance to travel. They want a chance to win that ring. That's what they always talk about. They want the ring. And the great thing about NAIA and Division II, and I'm assuming it's so far I've seen, as far as the recruiting aspect goes, it's easier to turn a program around quicker at NAIA and Division II than it is Division I, and that's our plans here. But yeah, you've got to sell them, and I've been doing this a long time, and I know a lot of folks, and then when they read the bio of what's taking place, I mean, I'm not telling you this, I'm telling you what they've told me, and their moms and their dads when I talk to them. So it doesn't hurt to have an experienced coach who's won and been where they want to get to. I think that those areas right there, weather, there's a lot of things that play into it. And then just being, style play, that's important. So those are the things that we stress. Any other questions?
Yes.
Yes.
We've had several conversations as it relates to the basketball team, particularly about the leadership. I was hoping that you'd talk more about that leadership team that you're building with the guys. And I've had the privilege of teaching several of them this semester. And from what I can tell, just coming to their practices, they're doing well as it relates to the court. But even in the classroom, I mean, your guys are they're bright. I mean, they're speaking up, they're talking, they're fully engaged in the class. Can you tell us how are you gelling all of these guys together, coming from different places across the country, and developing this leadership amongst the players?
Well, I appreciate those comments, and you're about the fourth or fifth one who has echoed those same sentiments to me about that this group has sort of taken over the campus from the standpoint, even at the dances and the things of that nature, that they're involved and that they're showing leadership. As I said, this is a very high energy group and very confident group, and I think that plays a big role in it. Now, as far as the leadership goes, we talk about that daily, and we have them at the very start of the year. Well, after 2 weeks, we let them evaluate each other and get to know each other, because they're all coming from different cities and places and backgrounds. And then we let them know that, look, we're going to elect a leadership committee. This is not about electing your best friend. This is about electing someone who's going to represent you. Because they elect 2, and then we normally, the coach and the staff will put 1 on there. And then they meet with me weekly. And when I go in there, I'm not their coach. I'm just one of those guys sitting at the sports bar watching a game. And that's what I want. I want them to open up. I want them to talk. And this group is, I mean, I know everything's going on campus, just about the good and the bad. So, and that's good though. And because that shows they trust me.
Right.
And that's what it's all about, is that trust. And but that has, and the younger, not the younger guys, but the kids who didn't get elected to the leadership committee, they have gone to the committee and said, can you get coach, or